So what is your personal definition of social justice?
I have like a cheat sheet, but I don't want to give you the answer.
Well, it depends on like what you're talking about, right?
Social justice would be changing the structures that impede people from realizing their full potential in the world.
I don't know, think about that when you try to define it.
So,
I believe that social justice means fairness for all, in all walks of life.
Do you see social justice in the classroom, and if so, how?
I feel like I expect social justice in my room. I treat each child fairly, regardless of race or anything. So in my classroom, there is social justice because they're all equal to me. I make no difference.
social justice with childcare.
Books that we read as young people are the most important books that we read because as young people we are still very much selves in the process of being formed. So if you want to change the world, start with kids, whether they are 5 years old or 15 years old.
I think you see different economic statuses with it. Families that might be lower income, you have families that might be higher income, children that come in that don't have as much as those with higher statuses, living environments, whether they eat as often or as much, nutrition-wise.
So whether it's encouraging children to ask questions about what they read, to think critically, or showing them some books that maybe model that, that's directly connected to children's literature. And since I teach people, many of whom will be teaching the children, that is part of the approach that I take to the subject. How's that?
Do you think the students in your classroom are aware of social justice and injustice?
They do recognize that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's kind of like ignored
Yeah.
by adults to kind of bypass,
When younger ones say kind of stuff like that.
right? Or
In a negative impulse.
or everyone, or we're all equal,
Yeah.
or just because you're a different color doesn't mean you're any different.
Yeah.
But I think it's approached maybe at a different level and more commonly when you're older because it's more of an issue.
Yeah.
I think there's the well-intentioned lesson in, primary school and through art education that, somehow we shouldn't see race because that makes us not racist. And, the intention is good, right? Focus on the individual, she or he is interested in, sports, sense of humor, games, that's great. But it doesn't work. Children as young as 2 or 3 are aware of racial difference and the power that confers. So, as an approach, it's a failure. Instead, with young children, talk about the fact that difference is real and is interesting, because that will help people respect difference rather than fear it. Because it is real and it is interesting. Like, that is what is so marvelous about the world, is that we all arrive with difference. That's a good question.
Perfect.
And I didn't prepare for that.
No.
Could you tell? Hope the sentence came out okay.
No, that's perfect.